I'm here with John Barklow, big game product manager for Sitka, and I can tell you right now, Barklow is a stud. Spent over 2 decades training some of the military's most elite warriors in the foulest conditions, and you literally taught survival. Yep. So you're the perfect person to design not only the packs, but lay out specifically what every pocket's meant for and specifically the application for the pack. So first, let's dive into the Mountain 2700 and just let's talk about what you put into this.
Yeah, the intent of the pack for the 2700 is really it's a day pack. It's a great day pack. It's a great pack for scouting. You know, you can use it year-round, shed hunting. You can go out for the day. There's no expectation to necessarily carry meat. You know, I like to say it carries 45 pounds comfortably. So, I mean, you could carry, I know I've had friends carry antelope out with it,
yep.
but there's no specific features for meat hauling. But really the intent, because it's a day pack, is just super easy access to things that you would normally want when you're out scouting or hunting for the day. Spotting scopes, tripods, you know, rain gear, puffy gear, you know, access to water bladders, things like that.
All right, well, let's walk through it. Let's break this thing down.
Yeah, so the first thing I would just point out is this is a fixed suspension. So what that means is there's no adjustability really to the suspension. It's going to fit the vast majority of people, like it's going to fit you. It fits some of the, you know, smaller guys in the office. The interesting thing about the Mountain 2700 is there's a men's and a women's version. So
okay.
We actually have a woman's version, so that is a shorter fixed suspension. Obviously with the woman's body shape being so different, takeoff angles of the waist belt and things are different, shapes of the shoulder straps and things are different just to fit their anatomy. But, you know, 3 densities of foam that we've laid up here to really give, you know, a nice cushioned ride, but also that it's not going to flatten out, you know, get soft, twist, those kind of things over time. You'll notice the waist belts are kind of pre-curved.
Yep.
And, you know, that seems like such a simple thing, and a lot of people overlook that. But, you know, by already having that pre-curve, you're not forcing it around your waist.
Yep.
So you're just getting a more comfortable ride out of it. You know, on the waist belt here on this side, I've got a pocket. Now, we can go into some of the contents there. On this side, basically what we have is overlapping Velcro. And the intent here is you can run pistol holsters, bear spray, you know, coming from Montana where I live. Obviously bears are, you know, an issue. Bear spray pistol holsters, or you can run, you know, dual pockets on each side.
Yeah,
things
or
like
knives.
That. Knives,
yep.
You know, rangefinder pockets, things like that.
Yep.
Anything like that. So it just gives a lot of versatility. Tried to build a lot of versatility into this pack just because it could be used for so many diverse things.
Yep.
Talk about the fabrics we used, and this kind of goes throughout the whole Mountain Hauler series, but this is a 220 denier nylon.
Yep.
But we put polyurethane on the inside and out. So it's coated polyurethane inside and out. And what that does is it adds a lot of waterproofness to the pack. So I'm not going to tell you the packs are waterproof, but you know, with the AquaGuard zippers, the polyurethane, it makes it really water resistant. So you don't necessarily have to bring a rain cover if you don't want.
But you still have the ability to properly clean it and flush it out after a hard use.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's the other thing is not only does it, you know, keep rain from kind of getting into the pack, but if you do, you know, hopefully carry meat out with any of these packs, the pack isn't going to stain with blood. You're going to be able to come home, hose it off, maybe with a bristle brush, you know, scrub it, and the blood's going to come out. So, you know, that's important for long-term use because these start staining up with blood, then, you know, they start stinking pretty bad.
Yeah.
But we've also taken, and you can see it's just a little bit different tone, but we've taken 450D nylon and we've put it in all the critical wear areas. So backs of the pockets here, bottom of the pack, bottom of the waist belt, just to give it that durability. So we've tried to, you know, find a really nice balance of weight savings and durability so that this pack's going to be around for a long time for the user. So this pack in particular, the way I've set this up is I've set this up what I would take on just a day hunt. So, you know, the intention is I'm going out for the day, I'm gonna go, say look for a mule deer or an antelope, something like this. So I just kind of packed it up kind of with my personal gear and the way I would use it. So the first thing is, assuming I'm gonna go out on an archery hunt, I've got my bow here. Just in the side pocket, I have things like some food and some bars, energy gels, things like that. I've got my scalpel in here and hunting license.
Yep.
And then I carry one of my releases. I always carry two. So
Yep.
generally one's on my body, and then I'll carry another one in
backup.
here.
Yep.
Yeah. And this is kind of a personal thing, but this is just what I have. And then I also have a headlamp as
Yeah.
well. So just things that I want to access really quick.
Yep.
And then, like I said, in Montana specifically, especially if I'm going out by myself, on the other side, I'm either going to have a can of bear spray or a pistol.
Yep.
So, but again, just that versatility. And if you don't want it, then you just take it off, and it's pretty slick.
To chime in, normally on my side packs, I like food, headlamps, wind checker, cell phone, or my GPS. Something that you want to be able to use frequently without having to remove the pack. So that's a really good way to do it. And you can buy those accessory pockets. And like you said, not just put them on the one side. If you want to have them on both, if you want to use one for rangefinder or something like that. And you can also mount them in different areas as well.
Yeah, you want to build a lot of versatility in, because we all do things a little bit different, and that's what's so cool is, watching how you design a product and then how people use it, and
Yep.
It gives you ideas actually for future projects,
Yep.
which is pretty cool. So on the side here, got some side compression straps, but that's where I would normally keep my tripod. So go ahead and just tripod sits underneath those side compression straps, and then fits here in this side pocket. The side pocket can be adjusted for size. So I know some people like water bottles. You could run a water bottle in there. You could put a tripod on one side, spotting scope on the other. Again, just kind of add in that versatility. I've got the spotting scope actually on this back pocket, but we'll go to the top first. So kind of easy access things. Basically, I've got gloves and a beanie. In the mountains, no matter what time of year, I think that's a pretty good thing to have. Then you can have extra food, things like that. I don't know what else you would maybe carry in the top lid, but again, depends on the season. Top
lid for me, I guess to back up one step, the side pockets, if you are going to be self-filming, utilizing a tree arm, a lot of times you can remove the tree arm. They slide right down in the side. It works great too if you're going up into a tree stand. You can actually hang the pack on a hook and then still be able to access that side pocket. I normally think about where my hook is when I'm in my stand, so that when I hang that, I'm gonna wanna set my camera arm in the side that's easiest to get to, so you're not trying to fumble around a tree. And then I personally film a lot with a smaller, more compact camera. My more compact camera would be in this top pouch, so that as it's hanging, I'm easy to access this and slide it right on top of the tree arm that's in the side. And a lot of times, if I'm not having to carry my bow, the actual base itself would be attached on the far outside of the bag. So if you're a tree stand hunter, or even if you're going on a mule deer or elk hunt early season where you're sitting water holes and you're gonna use a tree arm, I like to have those externally, because obviously when you sit down, that's gonna be the first thing you need to set up. So it needs to be the first thing that you can access. And this pack is laid out really well to be able to have your base, camera arm, camera, all accessible.
I'm glad you said that, because that's not something I traditionally use, but that's why we want versatility built into these packs. On the side, you'll notice we have two big side pockets here. Again, a lot of versatility, easy access. Things I like to carry here for this kind of hunt that we're talking about is I have my spotting scope, so I have a compact spotter. Again, this will fit most 65 millimeter spotters that I've tried. Obviously the big Swaro 95s maybe not so much, but that's what the side pocket's for. But I want to have access to my spotter, really quick. You see something you want to get glass on. This is also where I'll carry rain gear.
Yep.
So I have rain gear top and bottom in each of those pockets.
Yep.
And then just for those, we just had one actually, those flash thunderstorms that roll over the top of a mountain.
Yep.
I like to carry some kind of shelter, so this actually is an 8x10 flash shelter
Yep.
that we've got that I'll carry right there, so I can pop that up, throw my rain gear, duck underneath, keep glassing, et cetera, as those afternoon thunderstorms kind of come and go. So again, just real quick access to things, just to build in that versatility. Before we actually dive into the pack, I'll just spin it around and just show you that hydration obviously is an important thing. So if you are running bladders, there's a port, and then you can run your hose out either side. And then one thing I haven't shown, mainly because this is more of a archery audience, is all the packs are designed for our gunslings.
Yep.
So you can carry a rifle on left or right side. So that's pretty much the exterior of the pack. If we go inside, again, this is just kind of what I would traditionally carry for the day. We've got that bladder pocket for the bladder and a little hook, so as it continues to lose water, it won't just fall to the bottom of the pack. And then I do this a lot, and this is probably a product of living in Alaska for so many years and being in such poor weather. I like to internally waterproof contents in my pack. So
Yep.
These are the Sitka dry bags, and you'll see as we pack and unpack all these packs, I kind of do that. And I'll just put things in here that I don't necessarily want to get wet. So because this is kind of an early season scouting trip, I've just got, this is the lightest weight puff jacket we make, the Calvin Active jacket. So I've kind of got that in there. Some people may choose to, for a day hunt, even put a stove. I know you like to
Yep.
make coffee in the middle of the
Yep.
day. I may put that in there, or an extra pair of socks, something like that. But I like to
Exactly.
internally waterproof my products or my gear, as well as maybe even run a rain fly if it's really going to be poor weather.
Yeah, and a big reason why these packs aren't designed specifically to be fully waterproof is, like we talked about, the cleanability of it, to be able to flush it out, and then also just being able to have a pack that's still quiet as you're maneuvering through. Anyone who's hunted out west knows a lot of time you're trying to low crawl, you're going through a lot of limbs, and obviously that stuff dragging, it's going to be way quieter on the fabric that you picked, and you're going to have the ability to keep it clean.